to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists. Today we continue our coverage of the Alien franchise with a film you might not even know is an Alien movie unless you know it's an Alien movie. It's Prometheus, originally releasing on June 8th, 2012, written for the screen by John Spates and Damon Lindelof, based on characters by Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett, directed by the OG Ridley Scott. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And I've been hyping this one up as one that felt right up your alley.
Yeah.
Dealing with some pretty grand questions as far as the cosmos and us are concerned. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's just say it did inspire me to make a new list on Letterboxd.
Love those.
Quintessential me movies that just either felt like while I was watching them, damn, this is like meant for me, or like this almost feels made for me, or a movie that I just love above all others. Yes, Joe Core. Maybe I'll just rename it to that straight up. I like that.
I've got a list called Koro Core.
Koro. That it works way better for you.
No, I mean it works. It works, but yeah, no,
but
it
Joe
works for
Core.
everybody.
Yeah, Joe Core. Yeah. But this movie, it belongs in the Joe Core, for sure. And I was curious. I was wondering if any movie could top Alien. I was wondering if it could be done. And this is the movie that I'm like, okay, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen here.
This would be the one.
And it's a yes and a no. It's like no, it's not as good of a movie. Like the Alien is just it's got a whole different air to it. There's a whole lot else just going on. But this, as far as a me movie, or like what my theory brain goes for, I'm getting so much more out of this one than I am out of Alien. Yes,
Alien is a much simpler movie, and we've talked about how simple doesn't always mean worse. Simple can often mean that you're able to illuminate a lot of the best aspects of your film. And I think that's the case with Alien. And making the story as stripped bare bones as it is, it allows them to put a lot of emphasis on that stagecraft and the cinematography and the performances and the tone and everything. And I think Prometheus does an incredible job at that. And then we are also getting this grand mythology. That, I mean, far and away, the most dense Alien film yet.
That's for sure. They needed to bring the goat back, I think. It's like, all right, Ridley Scott's like, all right, guys, what the fuck have you been doing? I gave you this franchise, and I gave you all of the possibilities, and this is all you've done? Let me show you what. Let me show you what the real.
What is supposed? Let me give you the real. Let me give you the real.
Yeah, and I guess the name of it not being Alien Prometheus does just kind of sound weird, It doesn't roll like an Alien Covenant. I don't know, so it could be that, or were they trying to actually disconnect a little bit to make it like a new wave sort of thing? Did they want people to go into this movie not thinking it was an Alien movie, or
I'm not sure exactly how it was marketed, but one thing I do know is that Ridley Scott wanted the next movie to just be called Covenant. He wanted to make a trilogy that was Prometheus, Covenant, and something else.
There was supposed to be another one?
Yeah, but both of them performed poorly at the box office, and they're in.
Oh, this one did too?
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. This performed well enough for him to get greenlit for the second one.
Dang.
But not well enough for him to be able to call it Covenant.
Man.
He had to call it Alien Covenant so that people knew what they were going to the theater for.
No, the company took over.
Yeah, the company interfered. This movie did substantially better than Covenant did by about $200 million.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, it is, I mean, Prometheus. It is I have seen The Engineer before. But I had zero clue it was attached to this universe or what. I've seen the clip of him drinking the black goo and just dying,
and then disintegrating.
And that's it. That is it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And everyone, like, in every context, it's always like, it's never explained. It's just, I don't even know.
I can absolutely see, if you speed it up, it would look funny. Did you see it like sped up? Like he like
I think
it
was always
in
a memey way. It wasn't ever just like, oh, look at this alien edit or anything like that. It was, but so it's crazy that I've seen him, but I had no idea at all that it was part of the world.
And I still appreciate a lot of the gray area as well, as far as the mythology is concerned. And that's let's talk broad strokes first, as far as even making a movie that concerns itself with these questions. This is like, who made us? How are we here? Why are we here? Foundational curiosities to everything, you know? And for a science fiction world like Alien to tackle such a question really gets my engine revving, dude. Especially when it comes to the idea that we also have robots that have seemingly acted singularly. We created them, and you know, why did we do that? And it's just, who created the aliens? Where do the aliens come from? Et cetera, et cetera. I love the idea that all of it can be traced back to these engineers, and I'm just very, very satisfied with it.
Yeah, this is it weird to say that this is my new headcanon? Not just real life. That this is like in a way, I want this to, like, it'd be so cool if, like, all of our history was actually pointing to I don't know, our creators, and we all thought it was, you know, in gods, or I don't know, in the traditional sense, but nah, it's actually just a super old alien being that is
Not
basically
even
a god, and it's like, I don't know, it's at least a possibility that's out there. You
well,
know?
and what I love is that they're like, engineers are just differently evolved humans.
Yeah, they are the same. We come
we
from
we are the same as the engineers. Yeah.
So it's like, and they have the, you know, the gray areas of, I guess, like, of they made the decision to kill, and then actually they changed their mind. Why did they change I love how it is like they are asking the questions literally in the movie, and they're like, no, the why is important. It's like, no, that is the everything.
Well, and I appreciate David's perspective also, though, you know, like, why doesn't matter as much as the fact that it didn't play out that way.
Well, yes, you know? I guess, like, that if it went the other way, then they would not be there anymore.
There wouldn't be any question to ask. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, neither I'm not negating Shaw's point just because David made a good point. No, I think that there's nuance on both sides of that issue.
Yeah, and that's true.
Because I think that really gives you a good frame of reference for where David's at after having you know, asked that question. You know, why did you create me? And because we could. And then him kind of being like, now how fucking awful would it be if you heard that?
And it's weird, but think about any human that is born today. You don't really go up to your parents and ask them, hey, why did you create me? You know, it's just, you know, they did. It's just like it's just something we do. It is just and so it is like it honestly is a weird question to ask, like, who our creators are, but it's not a creator in a parent sense.
No,
I think it's
a God sense.
It is.
It is. It's a species creator, which is a whole other ball game. And again, I connected Aliens to Jurassic Park a lot. This one, I'm able to connect to it probably even more. You know, again, that fundamental question of you concern yourself so much with whether or not you could, you didn't ask whether or not you should, which I think is something that applies to the engineers, it applies to the humans, it applies to everybody in the movie. And then beyond that, there's an even better quote in that movie from Jeff Goldblum when he says, I guess they're all Jeff Goldblum, but when he says, God creates dinosaurs, God kills dinosaurs. God creates man. Man kills God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs kill man.
Damn.
And I think that's exactly what happened with the engineers. God creates man. Engineers create man. Or man, God decides to kill man using aliens. Aliens kill God. Yes, aliens kill humans. Aliens inherit the earth.
That is a crazy, like, that their weapon of mass destruction is the alien. It is biological. It is another life. Well,
it immediately backfired. That's why they didn't change their minds. They died.
Which I guess I still had this feeling that this wasn't all of them. That this was I don't know, like, it could have been one sect of the engineers that made these people. Was this their home planet, I guess?
No.
They say that it's not their home planet, right? Like,
they say that the end of the movie is like, base. We're going... Well, the end of the movie is like, I want to go where they came from. Like that, so that's... And they're not following some loose strand. They're going where they came from. Yeah.
So I feel like this... I wonder if the, alien, because it's not xenomorph, or it's not. It's like yet. A pre the purest form, or the engineers are a little. It's an engineer xenomorph,
alien,
or not xenomorph. An engineer alien.
It would still be a xenomorph. It's just a different version of it. Yeah.
But if we have the same DNA, I mean, obviously their DNA is a little bit different than ours. It's not exactly
they're giant
the same.
and purely hairless. Yeah.
So obviously the thing gonna be a little different. But it was I love, like, I thought that she, this kind of who's the, oh my god, the main Shaw. Kind of looks like a Ripley grandma, could be an older ancestor. And I thought, that it was gonna come, and she was gonna be the birth of, like, the first xenomorph, like the actual first one, and then it's the one that, I don't know, Ripley, I guess because this ship. Or at least I didn't know it at the time, but the big ass chair, it was just an engineer, and it's a ship. So it's like, that's their plan. Seem like they have multiples of these. This isn't one, like, they have a lot of these.
Yeah, ships. No, the one that they find on LV-426 in Alien is not the only one. Clearly, as they destroy one in this movie and then fly a different one out of there.
Because, I mean, let's see, so this planet that they're on in Prometheus, is that the planet that they travel to in Alien?
I do not believe so.
Okay, so different planet entirely. So this is, so it's not like the same ship that we're seeing.
It is not, it's the same model, but it is not the same ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I at least I don't think so. Given where we end this movie with the one that we find in Alien has an engineer in the pilot's chair.
That's true.
And an alien has burst out of its chest.
Oh. I didn't notice that detail.
Yeah, whenever they look at the body and they're like, it looks like it exploded from the inside.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay, so very different ship.
It's not the same one. I mean, it could end up being the same one. The one that Michael,
Yeah, not that engineer though. That engineer is he's chest bursted
way
already.
Different. Yeah, way different.
So, but that was. I mean, it's really.
And I mean, does she give birth to the first face hugger? Is that what that is?
I don't know. It was like a squid. It looked like a.
Oh, it looks like a giant face hugger.
Yeah, but like I guess it.
Like, early evolution of it.
The earliest form. Yeah, it's not the best form of a face hugger, so it wouldn't...
Well, and is her having given birth to this face hugger a crucial step in their evolution towards being the xenomorphs that we come to know?
I feel as like this is the first human, interaction that has ever
Right.
been had with this. And I love that it is just this one black speck, or like, well, not one atom, but like one drop of black whatever. And it's stored in these vases that look,
dude,
I don't even know. Yeah, and what the fuck? This is like a little too real.
I know.
This is what ancient Egypt and this is all their shit. This is like what they do and what the fuck? What is Ridley Scott trying to tell us? You know, I think this is this a little bit of like, hey, you know, I don't know. It could be just good juice.
There's a lot that obviously Ridley Scott has his fingerprints all over in this movie. But another one of the more interesting notes that I didn't realize I watched this for the first time last year. Absolutely loved it. This is only my second viewing of Prometheus, so I'm barely more well-versed in this movie than you are. And this one is written by John Spates and Damon Lindelof. John Spates has wrote Dune and Dune Part 2.
Okay.
He wrote Doctor Strange immediately after this one. He wrote that movie Passengers, if I recall correctly. You quite enjoy that movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. But Damon Lindelof, this is the guy who show ran Watchmen. He show ran The Leftovers. He show ran Lost.
Ooh,
This has his fingerprints all the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has Lindelof in its blood right here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, just it blends real human history, like the tablets that they all find and bring together that are scattered across the earth, but all have the same things on them. Like, that sounds like a movie made up thing. No, that's
real.
No, yeah. How is that not actually talked about more? You know, like it feels like there are older people here, like way older than we give them. I don't know, like older, smart, like civilized people,
civilizations.
But and like, so it talks on that while also being, you know, I don't know, 2080 whatever is the year we're in, which is kind of cool to have like that a step, you know,
60
just a little
years
bit in the future. And then, you know, we finally have the space tech to actually answer these questions, you know, of like, oh, well, they're all pointing to this constellation. Well, we can't really do shit about that right now. We could look at it with a telescope, but like to get there, you know, well, we can't do it. But so it's like, it's cool that it's like, the second we have that capability of like explore, it's like, oh, well, we will be doing this shit for sure. And I hope this isn't what we find, you know. I hope it would be nice for it to not be so, I don't know, just deathly, or it'd be nicer to be, yes, we've been waiting for you. Finally, you've made, you know, sort of a thing, and we will take you in now and show you all of the godly and all this cool tech, blah blah blah.
Yeah, in theory.
But probably to them, creating these aliens or creating this black whatever, that was just part of their tech or part of their next. Well, we can do it, you know.
And I also, who's to say we're the only product of the engineers? You know, like there's a lot of. They're called the engineers.
That first scene of him drinking the shit and plopping, like that ship that was watching him, just right whenever he took the sip, they're like, all right, work's done. They're like, all right, literally, it's like, that's all we needed.
And
it's over.
The seed.
They have done that so many times, dude. Like, this wasn't a one-time thing. I don't know, like, I feel like this is their full-time job. Like, they were terraforming. They were breathable air, you know, underground with pyramids and labyrinths.
Well, and this is why I'm excited to revisit Alien Romulus. There's a exposition drop in the middle of that movie that concerns itself a lot with this goo. Like it is a lot of that movie. And it wouldn't have mattered to you at the time because you didn't see the movie. But at the time I remember being like, I'm going to need to watch this again so I can really lock in on that. I haven't, and I do not know what that part of the movie is. That's why I'm excited to get back there in a few weeks or in a couple weeks. But the idea that a drop of this liquid, which it seems is created by them drinking the liquid. No, like what happens at the beginning of this movie? he disintegrates and he breaks up into atoms. Was that the creation of human life?
So he just kills himself to put his DNA into the planet, and his DNA is what basically
evolves
allowed complex life, because it was all single cell organisms that were down there, or at least they and then all of them started to multiply. Split. So I feel like it was just
he was creating our race.
He gave them he gave single-celled organisms the ability to evolve. I feel like it was like maybe it's a speed-up process, or maybe it is the literal, like, without it, you couldn't evolve. Like, I think it is, like, I don't know. Like, I wonder if, given, we think we just slow-cooked over the span of a couple billion years of our planet being here, but it's like, we don't know how we went from single-cell organisms to complex life. Right. Like, that jump is still actually, we have no fucking clue. And I feel like that's kind of their insert, or like his insert here of but yeah, it feels like their DNA is still, like, that's why their DNA is found in humans, because they did it for us, and then eventually this life becomes us, and it is them still. But maybe depending on the cocktail they drink or the engineer they send, maybe they have specific people that they birth for these things. I don't know. But yeah, because the helmet, I guess, of like that's what I thought. I guess, I don't know. I thought they would look sort of like this, or not like us, or not like very, very, very humanoid. I thought they'd have that mask or the whatever.
Right. No. Look, that was that's a big swing. Cool reveal. Yeah, that is a very cool reveal. It's like, whoa, it looks like this is grafted to their body, like they're a part of the machine. Yeah, like that's what it was in Alien anyway, and now it's like it's just a suit. And
their shit. And
I mean, I think that there's a lot that's still mystical, and a lot of stuff that I appreciate how not exposition-y this movie is. It doesn't take the time to go, oh, well, obviously this means this and this means this. Of course. It does leave you to connect a lot of the dots, which I think is very, very wise. I think that Denis Villeneuve probably... this feels like a pretty decent influence on Denis Villeneuve, if I had to say so myself. Arrival comes a couple years after this, and then, like I said, John Spates wrote both of the Dune movies that he went on to direct. As far as his science fiction work is concerned, I'd be willing to bet Ridley Scott is a formative influence upon him. But there's just a really, really impressive grandiosity to it. It's so much bigger than any of the other Alien movies that came before it. They finally had the means to make it bigger than any other Alien movie that came before it, and they're not afraid to. Like Ridley Scott, John Space, Damon Lindelof, they had the vision to make it bigger.
Yup, and they went for it. I mean, to think of like how many movies, maybe I just haven't seen many that deal with just the creation and all of these questions, like Arrival, I guess, another one that's kind of like First Contact and what we would do and all of that, but like it's always very, I feel like if it is in a movie, it's just religious, or it's some religious story, or it's not taken as, I don't know, sci-fi or just another possibility. I don't know, like I
don't think I've seen one with the same. I mean, ironically, the other one that I can think of is Eternals.
Oh, yeah.
That like
true.
farms,
they're
like farming humans,
Yeah.
There's
the Matrix, I guess.
Yeah.
But
they deal with it in very different ways. This is much more ironically grounded.
Yeah, which is weird. It's like they're dealing with like in the Alien franchise, so it's not even our universe, but they're dealing with the questions that are very, very human, and at least, or I don't know, maybe it's not a human question. Maybe it is a life question, just in general. I don't know, and that's the whole point, is that we're all just living.
We're all just living, dog.
We're all just living here. We're all born from the same stardust, from the same whatever the fuck has been out there. We're recycled matter, and you can look at that as being, well, that makes us all very not special, or it's like, well, there's like...
makes us even more of a miracle.
infinite space out there, and you're telling me I'm recording a podcast with my homie talking about a movie talking about aliens creating other shit, and like someone had to make that movie also. I don't know. There's so many layers to this, and it's like, nah, yeah, life's fucking sick.
Life's beautiful, dude.
But that's what this movie is doing. Like, that's crazy that a movie can, like, while I'm watching it, give me the entertainment of that Alien 3 and Alien Resurrections gave me. Like, I feel like this is more entertaining than both of those movies.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks better. And it's dealing with all the theory juice and just, and not even just me. I don't want to say this is like a me thing. I think it's more.
No, like but you've unquestionably taken a greater interest in it than anyone I know.
Yes. So maybe I do like to dive deeply into these things and to blend all of my shit into one movie. It's like it's got the Egypt. It's got
satisfying.
All that shit.
It's satisfying. I knew as soon as I brought this project up that this one was like for you, And Covenant's a direct sequel to this. This isn't David is obviously, or Michael Fassbender, I should say, is the carryover. He sticks around. He's in the next movie.
David, yes, that was honestly really, really cool of seeing him practice and look at actors and movies. And I love that he said he took inspiration from actors, but then like he's really, I wonder if that's like a real inspiration of Michael Fassbender and not just a movie insert. And they were like, actually take real inspiration, like do your job basically, but you're acting as David, which is, it's crazy to watch play out.
No, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, and Lawrence of Arabia is the movie that he's obsessed with. It's the one that he keeps watching. He's modeling himself after Peter O'Toole as Lawrence from Lawrence of Arabia with the blonde hair and everything. And great movie. I've
never seen it yet. Yeah, still, but I've heard.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
Heard, yes, the classic.
Yeah, definitely one that worth getting around to just because it's quintessential, but beyond that, it is truly a brilliant fucking movie. And is also obviously a big influence on Ridley Scott's vision, just generally, like how massive he manages to make things feel. When it comes to, even more recently, like Napoleon and Gladiator 2, and I mean, just the sheer volume Ridley Scott has managed is unbelievable. The amount of movies that man has made and the wide berth he has. Like, he made Thelma and Louise, which is
I haven't
very
massively
different.
Not even
from
close. Yeah,
The Last Duel. The fuck.
Yeah. The Martian, I think.
The Martian. Yeah, that is also Ridley Scott. Yeah, I mean, Kingdom of Heaven and like I said, Gladiator 2. There's just
true. He goes
American
everywhere.
Gangster. American Gangster was Ridley Scott.
Okay. Yeah. He's I don't. He just makes some good movies. Like, it
I
doesn't.
love him, dude. There was a question on Blue Sky the other day that was like, who are your top 5 currently working directors? I'm like, how do I not go, like, and people were listing off a bunch of, like, contemporary, it's Ryan Coogler, Ryan Johnson, these guys. And I'm like, how am I not going to choose Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott, Spike Lee? Like, these dudes are still making movies. They are working directors. Yeah, they're 80, but they're still making movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to not go with Michael Mann and Ridley Scott and all these dudes who are just like, they are in there, they're working, and it's late style now, but goddamn, are they still cooking? It's I mean, I love Ridley Scott, and the fact that this one was, 13 years ago, he was 75.
Yeah, it's kind of like golf, Hollywood or movie making or art. It's like, age, it might, I don't know, you might be more in your mindset or something, or you might not be as artful or as open-minded as you were when you were younger, but I don't know, I feel like it's maybe even more craft, you have more experience. There's
absolutely more. Like, it's something you can't understand until you've experienced it. Like
but to have that run. I mean, to just be making movies for that long. I mean, and like it's Blade Runner, like Alien, like
Blade Runner, dude.
All of these back then, like absolute classics that no one denies, and then to still be doing it, like. I don't know.
I mean, dude, it's insane. In the 2020s, this man has released Napoleon, House of Gucci, The Last Duel, Gladiator 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. But it's 2025, brother. He's done 4 movies. He's done 4 movies in 5 years. And House of Gucci and The Last Duel came out in the same fucking year.
Damn. Yeah, he's got.
And one of them doesn't count because it was 2020. That year doesn't even count. No movies were put out that year. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always forget about fucking. I like to forget about it as much as I can, I guess. But yeah, that's man. He's on quite the run, right? This decade he's going kind of insane. I mean, like,
no, he's going crazy. And that's the thing is those aren't even top 5. None of those are top 5 Ridley Scott movies, which is insane. Mm-hmm. You know, like those are good movies. None of them are like top of his charts, but like, damn, the fact that he's still working with such vision is the part that really gets me. The fact that he's able to craft such massive stories is he's one of the best at telling big images.
The thing I loved most of the original Alien is kind of how simple it was, but how new it seemed. Like a creature that, you know, would you just get inside of you, and then a new form is the universe that he crafted was so cool.
Well, but not to dismiss Alien by any means by calling it simple, it's still dense. There's still a lot of subtext to work through in Alien. Yes, the bare bones are simple, the structure is simple, but it is a dense work. Now, nowhere near on the level that this is, but it's definitely, Alien is more dense than pretty much all 3 of the movies prior to this one. After it, you know, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. I don't think any of them have as much going on between the ears as Alien does.
There's so much going on. There's David being a synthetic, you know, a robot, and having that to deal with the creation story there. We know his creator. We know the answer to those questions. And then to have the humans searching for theirs, actually finding it and being disappointed, you know, like having all of those go on. And then like also having the company, like Wayland, and having actual Wayland be here, which Peter. I thought was really really
real
cool.
Peter Wayland, played by Guy Pearce, by the way, who is nowhere near that old. You'll this will be funny, but you'll know him from Iron Man 3. He's Aldrich Killian.
No way.
Yeah.
What? What? Oh my god. Wow.
Which was a year after this, just to give you a frame of reference for how not old he is.
Damn. Wow. Yeah, they made him look like really hot. Like I feel like in Iron Man 3, like it was.
He's fine as fuck in Iron Man. Oh, they also make him look butt fucking ugly in Iron Man 3. To be fair.
As the nerd. That's right.
The nerd. They do both.
Yes,
they do
before
both.
He
but
blows up. Yes.
Okay, but I mean, and Guy Pearce, he was in The Brutalist last year and The Shrouds, and I mean, like he is a busy man and a very talented actor.
But yeah, he at least he doesn't seem like the guy I thought he was gonna be. He you know, still greedy and maybe selfish, but
and so far up his own ass that you can't he can't see the light of day. But yeah,
but I expected him to be very
comically evil.
Yeah, but it seems that his daughter is actually the reason the company became the way it is. Like actually is the evil. I don't know, because the company itself doesn't feel quite the evilness or quite I don't know.
Well, it's not what it becomes yet, to be sure.
I guess true. Everything is in its early stage. This is a prequel, so like
it is a prequel, and the way that I see it also is that the company's certainly not 100% moral, but with the driving force of Wayland being, you know, again, discovery. They want to terraform. They want to terraform worlds. That's like what Wayland Yutani does come Alien.
Oh, yeah. I guess, well, the daughter's dead and Peter's dead. So it's like, well, actually the company, I mean, I guess
it finds its way on its own after this. And I think that, and you know, when it comes to Wayland himself, there's certainly a disconnection. He's not a, you know, he's not a normal guy. He's not a man of the people by any means.
No.
He definitely sees himself kind of on the same level as the engineer, I think, as the engineers, which is why I think he was so fascinated with seeing them, meeting them, talking to them, is that he has interest in being, like, he is one of them functionally with the creation of the synthetics.
Yeah, and that meeting, whenever they are there and they are speaking to the engineer for the first time, the engineer doesn't fight them immediately. Like, you know, he seems that he's truly listening or analyzing the situation. And I have to assume, like, homie could probably just understand the English anyways, or he's, like, so smart he could telepathically understand all their thoughts. I don't know. He's something. We're like, I don't think David actually needs to translate for him to understand what's going on. He understands that, this Shaw is asking sincere, genuine, like, the right sort of questions. It felt like it felt that he was more interested in Shaw than he was in Peter at all. Like, he was like, oh, Peter, what the, like, you're the human. Of course, you're the human to come greet me. Is kind of what it felt like without him saying it. And then whenever he realized that, like, it felt like he put it all together. That, like, oh, it's just this company that's out here to meet me. It's not, like, out of the pure I don't know. Like, it felt like he put it together, and then that's why he started to attack. Because I don't know, that it was a weird.
I think a really important part of my interpretation of the movie is that while the engineers are incredibly advanced, I don't think their motivations are much different than humans. So, or strictly their intelligence level is much higher than that of humans. I think they have different operating systems. I think they have different technology. And I think that obviously technology wise, they've advanced quite a bit further, but I don't think that their hardware is much different.
I see.
So when it comes to that moment, I also don't assume this guy ever expected to wake up.
That's also true. I guess,
you know, I don't know that he's exactly ever expecting anyone to come greet him. He has no way of knowing how long it's been. He pops out and there's just a bunch of people who they created looking at him. That's why I'm like, I actually do assume, I don't know if you had subtitles or something. I assume David said something that set him off.
Oh, I guess no. I don't think it did. I didn't have subtitles on.
I think well, that's
David,
the thing is that
I don't even know what David said.
I don't know what David said either. That's the point. I think I think David says something to Shaw whenever he's like, doesn't everybody want to kill their parents or something like that? David is 100% capable of every emotion that they say he is not capable of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Him finding his soul, or what, you know, him, like, Wayland being like, the one thing that David is never capable of ever never ever will he have this, a soul. And then I think from that moment on, he was like, oh, actually, I'm going to make that my objective.
I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah, he's like, I will try, actually. But yeah, I mean, like, the cast is actually insane. Like, I love Michael Fassbender.
The cast one after the other is crazy. We haven't even touched on that. Michael Fassbender, Charlize Theron, Idris Elba. I'm a big fan of Numi. I think her last name is Rapace. Could be Rapace. I do not know.
Yeah. Fucking Ripley, Grandma Ripley. You know, this is the hair was
well,
there.
I love that they're all every Alien movie is led by a badass woman. You know, there's never a male. It's never a guy. It's never going to be, you know, you're the dude who's going to lead this Alien film. That's how it should be. Okay, you know, Sigourney Weaver for 4 in a row, a little co-lead with Winona Ryder there in the 4th. Here we've got Numi Rapace. We in Covenant, it's a new woman. It's Catherine Waterston playing Daniels. It's and then obviously Romulus, you have Kaylee Spaney. But
oh my god, that's fucking Furiosa.
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
Oh my God. I was like, what? Dude, I'm like, that's why he probably watched Mad Max recently too. But I was like, I
watched Mad Max immediately after this, actually.
I could not place it. I'm like, where do I know her from? And it's just because she's so clean here and perfect and, company girl. And then, I know, Mad Max.
So by the book that Idris Elba thinks she could be a robot, which means a lot considering the person she called, the thing he says is the son he never had is the robot.
Yeah.
So she behaves more like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the hopes that he'll love her more. It's a lot.
Oh,
but yeah, Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron. Me and Emily just recently rewatched Arrested Development. And she has just a hilarious role in that show that has aged awfully. Just terribly. Still funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's not him. I thought I knew Sean Harris, good old Mission Impossible.
Solomon Lane.
Yes, Lane. I knew that. I thought the other guy that he was with the whole time. Oh wait, is this a different guy? I thought it was Tim Robbins or Teddy or Andy Dufresne. But
Tim Robbins.
He's in here? Okay, so I was.
No, it is not. He's not in here, but that is who you were thinking of.
Milburn. Wow, I thought that it was Tim Robbins the whole movie.
That's funny.
Just until this moment, I am learning that it's not. Wow. Yeah, he really. But nope, I don't recognize him.
No, I mean, there's Sean Harris, like you said, Logan Marshall Green. I like Logan Marshall Green a lot. He's not in a ton of stuff, but the stuff he's been in is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the cast was awesome, like, all throughout. And then, like, it also gave the different perspectives that you want. Like, everyone wasn't, I don't know, they weren't just, like, characters to be characters. It was, like, Idris Elba gave the, I'm just the pilot. I just take the orders, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you have to care for something, or, like, you obviously have something more. And
Benedict Wong, baby? Benedict
that's
Wong?
True. Down for the ride, going down with the ship too. He's like, you're a shit pilot,
dude.
You're
pilot, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna need all the help you can get.
Well, and that's the thing is that like it reminds me again of that earliest Alien movie. Like the way that they're able to cultivate these relationships, even if they aren't loving. The obviously you have the exception, which is Shaw and. Fucking what's his fuck? Shaw and Charlie.
Charlie. Good old Charlie. Yes.
Charlie, who goes out bad.
Yeah.
Ooh,
poor
Jesus.
Charlie. That's
wow. But say for them, they're all coworkers. They're all meeting for the first time, and they're like, it's you get a little bit of that with Milburn and Fife. You get a little bit of the Parker and Parker and Brett. You get a little bit of that vibe. I'm a geologist, I love rocks. I know rocks.
Man.
You clearly have no fucking shits to give about rocks. So I think we're done here. Love
giant
that.
Fucking alien head or whatever. Like I can't offer much help. Yeah, like Sean Harris. I mean, he was awesome.
He was great. He was great. Brief role, but dude, it's good. And that's like, I'm impressed that the movie's only 2 hours. It's actually one of those movies where I think it really, really works at 2 hours. I could watch a 3-hour version of this movie, no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Give me the director's cut. Give me the fucking super size me. Yes, give me the whole thing. I mean, because I guess I will be getting a little more with Covenant. If this flopped at the box, that's really sad. I wish this would have became something awesome, and then he would have got to complete the whole trilogy, because dude seemed like he was cooking something. He was
cooking hard.
My God.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like Covenant doesn't leave you in a place where you're like completely clueless. It's not like it's still a prequel. Like it's still got to get to Alien. Like no matter what, so you can draw your own conclusions, but. I would have liked one more, I would have liked one more a lot.
Man, yeah, because David, I didn't realize this before. Saw it on the trivia that the names of the synthetics just goes in alphabetical order. I guess for a release date, not timeline order.
Right. Ash,
but Ash, Bishop, and Call for last movie.
Oh yeah,
and
David.
Now David. But yeah, David. Basically, I feel like is Peter's way of living on. It feels like he put all of his memories into him, or at least try, the most that they could. Or at least maybe that's just what he's like telling David. Because David would like, kind of cool that like Sean Harris is here. I don't know, connect to him. Well, I guess no, that wasn't Sean Harris. That was connecting
was the
to
entity.
Yes, yeah. But kind of entity-esque of connecting up and talking to him, and but I guess he was just alive actually. So before they revealed that he was alive, I thought that it was like it was just Peter continuing on, and he would just David would go back in and check and just basically get what Peter would want to do if he was still alive. So like in a way, it's still Peter living, but yeah, I mean, there's so like it is crazy. Like there's so many different things that happen in the movie because then Holloway like getting basically drugged by David. He's like, let's see what happens.
Which
here.
again is like there also seems to be not just a curiosity from David, but almost like a certainty. He's
facilitating it.
It almost is like he knows what will happen. Not like not like Ash, where it felt like Ash was kind of like, well, let's see. Because there were times where it was like, I could do this, but I think, let's see how it plays out here. I feel like there's a little bit more to David where it almost seems like he knows what will happen.
That's true. I mean, he does speak the language. He said he was on the ship for 2 years or whatever, just awake before everyone else, just studying up. And then, I mean, he's the one to like press on the hieroglyphs to open. Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah,
when I saw that shit for the first time,
that's not intuitive.
I mean, one, it speaks to David knowing his shit, but like, oh my god, if there's a way for real life hieroglyphs, I'm taking some green goo into Egypt, I'm smearing it around all the fucking hieroglyphs, and I'm touching shit until something lights up and I take off to another planet. Pops.
Yeah.
But I also got to bring a flute, and play. That I loved that like to actually activate the fucking whatever. You had to just a little wooden flute was just
like some
there.
sort of navigational. Yeah, like they're all just lighting that shit up. No, that's why like there's obviously a certain degree of not knowing on David's part. He doesn't know everything. He is surprised by stuff, but the hieroglyphic stuff is not intuitive. There's a lot of them there, and he presses exactly what he needs to. He does seem a little surprised by the result, which is the holograms of the guys showing up, which is like, how the fuck does that work?
I guess maybe he knows the know-how because he just like studied them for so long, and he takes their like, I guess on Earth, all of these things would have been legends or would have been story, mythical, not real. But I think maybe it's, Peter, he really believes in this stuff. He was like, and he said to Shaw, like, you made me believe in this stuff. So I think if you just like take that to the ultimate degree, which David is basically Peter's thoughts, but robot, to a robot degree. I think it is like he just takes these legends as fact, like and he's just operating them because he wouldn't have known about like, I don't know, the hologram that is playing. He's like, I know how to activate it at least. I know that this is how their stuff works. But as far as the events that took place, I don't know. And that's his discovery or like what is happening maybe. But because he's definitely, whether it's Peter's, wants, and he's saying like, try harder. Like Peter is telling him like, no, like do this shit. Like, I don't care what you have to do. Just go and make this shit happen. But it feels like David is going on his own a little bit of is it like Ash and
yes, exactly others. Like Ash. I think that this is a fundamental for the synthetics going forward. I think that David and his ilk, I mean, and by that I mean his kind, like whatever else was created with David, if anything else was created with David, I think synthetics run Weyland-Yutani. I think that synthetics run Weyland-Yutani and they use humans as expendables, and they say what goes for the company. And I think that David was kind of the first step in that.
Oh no, that's like a scary thought. Of like, there's no way we've gotten that. Like, we can't create a human synthetic yet, right? Like, we can't Westworld a human. Like, but you.
Yeah, I mean, if
but
we
we
could,
wouldn't. But we like.
If we could, I wouldn't know. Yeah.
But we wouldn't know. So like, I'll choose to stay in the movie realm for now and to not think that actually we live in a Westworld world already. That's
right.
The,
yeah. No, but
like,
that actually does connect to something that happens in Alien 3 that I really love, which is a moment when Lance Henriksen's real life version of Bishop shows up. The one who's flesh and blood.
Yeah.
And whenever he gets hit and he starts to bleed, he goes, I'm real. Like, almost he didn't even realize it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's so that even the non-synthetics of the company,
even some of the non-synthetics have to like at that level with the people around you, you gotta kind of go at a certain point. Am I real? You know, like yeah.
Like, I hope like Vickers, I guess, and here the daughter and Idris Elba, are you a robot? And I guess he got him laid, at the end of the day,
Yeah, she was like, my room 10 minutes. She's like, I'll show you how robotic I am.
I am still human. I do still have needs, and so I mean, yeah, that was funny. But I mean I love how Idris Elba's so or Janik, captain. Was he captain? I think captain.
Yeah, captain of the ship.
So nonchalant about like, some's giving a ping. It's like I don't know, some life form down there, I guess.
Yeah, it's not dead, whatever it is.
I don't know. Just kind of standing
I love whenever Fife calls in and he's like, can you get a message to the fucking doctors? You got a pen and paper? Can you write this down? He goes, no, I think we can get it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, tell them to fuck off. Yeah. And he's like, got it. Yeah, we'll do. Super funny, man.
Oh yeah, one of the other scientists, Kate Dickey, a good old Lady Aaron, right? Good old
yes,
Moon
Lysa Aaron.
Lysa, there it is. Yeah, that was cool to see in there again.
Nice
another
little Game of Thrones connection.
Kind of a cast like Resurrection, where it was kind of like, man, I've seen these people in just so many places. Well, I feel like this one's a little bigger, actually. It's these are like Idris Elba, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, there's a little bit more like, oh, you have been the lead in things, and I reckon like all of them have been like a lot of them have been the lead in things, or at least like a leading face in things at this point. But yeah, I mean, one of the mercenaries was the body double, or not the body double. He played the Night King.
No way.
Yeah, Vladimir Furtick. He's one of the guys.
Wow. We have the Night King and Lysa Aaron and I mean, like, how many universes are we connecting here? I mean, we got Magneto if we really want.
Yeah, that's true. And Heimdall.
Yup, Wong. As well, taking him.
Logan Marshall Green was in Spider-Man at Spider-Man Homecoming as the Shocker. He's the one who gets disintegrated by Michael Keaton.
Wow,
he's like, no, fuck this, man, I'm out. I can't do this. And he's like, you're in too deep, buddy. And he's like, oh, I thought that was the one that was going to make him float, and then he like destroys him. That's Logan Marshall Green. So he was the first Shocker, if you want to go with that.
Wow. He went out rough. Here.
Charlize Theron is also in the MCU now. She's Clea. She was at the end of Doctor Strange 2. She's the lady who shows up and tries to take him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking rift in the fucking some multiversal talk. I'm like, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Which will probably never come back around.
That's true. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Took him 8 years to get to fucking Tiamat, or the massive celestial on the Earth. So
yeah, that was only 4 years apart.
That's that good luck. Well, yeah, 8 was more of an exaggeration.
No, I know, but still, 4 is a lot.
Is 4 that? Yeah, but yeah, we're man, yeah, he went. Kind of went. Honestly, at his death. Talking about Logan Marshall Green's death in Marvel, man, that's that went easy over there. Hopefully, I think he would have much preferred.
Whoa. And it's grim, dude. Like, her being like, no, don't. He's like, do it, please.
Yeah.
it's oh my god.
But I
Jesus.
wonder what would have happened.
I think he would have the like kind of reaction that happened to the head. I think kind of would have happened to him. I think he would have kind of combusted.
But
I don't think he would have disintegrated.
Burster. No. Nothing
because
born
I think
from
he drinks the liquid that the engineer does at the
beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So since he's made from the same stuff, I think he would have just disintegrated. He just didn't drink as much. He drank like a tiny little drop, and it slowly festered.
And that's why I thought, like, the engineer drank a lethal dose to absolutely just disintegrate his body. That is what it was doing. But this was a much slower takeover. Like, it felt like he would have died. I think that's for sure. Like, it doesn't look like he was. But no,
I don't think that whatever this
is. He became like a gray man. He became like a whole different species.
He started looking like an engineer. Yeah.
He came back to life, actually, after. Yeah, he came back. So, like.
That wasn't him.
Oh, that wasn't?
No, it was the one who got the thing down his throat.
That's
Fife.
When they opened the door back
the other
up?
one the one that was with Fife. Milburn.
So that was
him.
okay.
The one who got the thing that went down his throat is the one who came back. Sean Harris got his face melted and died.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he just straight up died, didn't come. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That makes a little more sense then. I thought
Logan Marshall Green's character burnt to a crisp.
But I guess if, say, they don't burn, they do not burn him. I feel like it wasn't justice. I don't know. It felt like he was in pain, but I wonder if his chest would have bursted. Like, it feels like that is that's the weapon. Is that if because why store it in such small amounts like this? If I don't know. It feels like the point of these small amounts is to infect everyone with it. And maybe it is just to kill, but it feels like this is what makes the whatever species that came alive that killed the engineer. This is the weapon they made.
It's purely happenstance. He is dosed with this. It festers within him. He has sex with his wife.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what creates the thing. But
they kill him before I think it could have run its course on him. Like maybe.
I agree with that.
So,
but I don't know. I guess I just don't see how the liquid itself could have created a biological life within him beyond. Like, there's microorganisms in him, clearly, like the shit that's like crawling out of his eyes and stuff. Like, it would have done something to him, but I guess I just don't know what that is. Maybe it is a chest burster of some sort, but
because at least maybe like in the vases and everything, David took one apart and then it had like a thing inside it, like a green thing, and then there were like 4 little drops, or it wasn't. It's not like they were making a mass amount and just storing the whole black goo in there. And I don't know if maybe that's just how it's made. I'm not sure. But at least the rooms and the fact that it's on a ship and like everything, it's like it seems that they just send these fuckers. The ultimate goal was for the ship to get to Earth. So like it would have got to Earth, and I mean, you just plop these vases, one in each city or each town, and GG. It's like, and
I will say, Alien Earth is the only thing that's going to be set between Covenant and Alien.
I see.
Yeah.
So we're seeing maybe the engineer's plan play out.
It could be. It could be. I don't know how much they're going to go ahead and make the TV show a sequel to the movies that have garnered little to no following.
Is this Ridley Scott's like secret?
Did he produce it? I'm assuming he's credited with producing it at the very least, but
that'd be cool if he like he gave him a script. He's like, hey, this is what I had cooking
the whip
for whatever the end of the trilogy was.
He is credited as the executive producer on Alien Earth. But that could very well again just be because he the GOAT. The franchise, the movies as they are. So that's where I'm like, I don't know. It's I'm excited. I'm curious. I really can't wait to watch it. It's got Alex Lothar. It has Nemec from Andor, so I'm in.
Let's go.
I think it does. Yeah, it does.
I like that. I like Nemec.
Like, come on now.
More Nemec? Never going to be a problem here. Yeah, and like...
Looks like the lead's going to be an actress named Sydney Chandler. She was in Don't Worry, Darling, which, I feel no particular way about, but
interesting.
She's good. I like that. Timothy Oliphant's in it. Another Star Wars connection there. Timothy Oliphant, as he was what's his name? Cobb Vanth.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
There you are. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm like, his Google picture. I don't know. I guess it's not Star Wars, a fighter in the boba armor. Maybe that's just what does
he's
it.
good. He's a good looking fellow, though. That's a beautiful man. But regardless, no, I'm very excited for what this franchise could play with from threads in these movies. I think that there's just so much mythology laid before us here that it's impossible to ignore. Even Alien Romulus didn't ignore it, and if they were going to ignore it, that was probably the time to do so. They didn't even have to include any of that shit in the movie. And they did. But to go back to what you're talking about with Logan Marshall Green's character, I'm kind of coming around on the idea that you're right about it being, I don't know that it would have been a chest burster. I don't think it would have created a xenomorph, but the fact that his DNA is what creates a de facto face hugger.
Yeah.
Kind of tells me
like
that's
she
what
wasn't even able to give birth in the first place. She was infertile, or I guess at least if we were to take her word for it, which it seems she was never able to give birth before. Now miraculously,
and then they have sex, and then she's 3 months pregnant within 10 hours. Yeah.
So and maybe it is I don't know, like it needed to be a female body to have the first birth. Like it feels like this is the actual first human interaction, but the whole point of making this in the first place for the engineers was to send it to Earth. And they're all about engineering all this DNA anyway. So, like, I don't think that they need humans to come here first and have this to happen. No, like this is just a small happenstance of their plan.
It's
not
a happenstance it not going to plan.
So it's like,
which again, it's unclear why it didn't go to plan. Also, which I think is interesting.
And they all die. Like in the ship, they're all running from something.
Yeah,
and then the doors close and whatever. So I'm assuming that it's like the last engineers that are alive. They're running to the room, the only room that has, I don't know, sleeping pods, whatever. The few that get there live. Everyone else just dies because there's more of these engineer and alien babies. Is that to be, and they are somewhere else now? Like, because they're not around.
Yeah, that's where
anymore.
I'm like, it's so unclear what exactly went down here, which is why I think that. I mean, I appreciate that vagueness. I do think it's scary, which is kind of in keeping with the tone of the franchise, which is what you need, that mystery, not really knowing what's around the corner. I love that.
Yeah, they did.
And there are a few implications at times that they aren't alone in there, regardless of whether or not they think they are.
That's true. Those red orb things, that was really sick, to like map it all out and then give the ping of like, and then give you that like the, I don't know, sense of something's there. I don't know. The tension was always built really, really well. And I guess there's no pure alien, like this alien is coming after you down the hallway and you're running. I don't know, like it, not much of that. Like
motherfucking, the thing that looks like it's crawling out of Logan Marshall Green's eye. It's kind of like worm-like. Any chance he would have just given birth to one of the things that
the
went
fucking
down the dude's throat?
Thing. Yeah. I like that. I like that a whole lot more. Because where the fuck did those things are just the black goo. Because the vases just started to melt, and then it just got all in the floor and shit, and then those things just spawned in the goo, or they were just in there. Maybe that's the green. I don't know. There's like the black goo, and then there's whatever the green thing that was inside. I don't know. But it may,
See, the green stuff has a little too much in common with xenomorph characteristics. And whenever they walk up to that like main vase, there's that mural on the wall that clearly has a xenomorph in the middle.
That's true. So it feels like the engineers, and how every synthetic marvels at how perfect a xenomorph. I feel like the xenomorph is the engineer's magnum opus. It is what they have. I mean, that you could not have created a better thing, but in creating it, killed them. But it's like, it seems that it has to be
I
a
also
human.
am under the impression that they didn't perfect the xenomorph.
That it was around. Oh.
Well, and I mean, I get the impression that they were working towards that and they didn't finish it. Because what we see at the end of this movie is not the xenomorph we come to know.
That's okay. Very true. Yeah. So that mural, I guess there's two options. That xenomorphs already exist and they know what they look like and they're trying to make it again or something, or they don't exist yet, and this is the ultimate goal of
that's the goal,
infecting humans and then it becoming a xenomorph. Yeah, it's like, because if they made us in the first place, then they're not going to infect their own race or their own people to become xenomorphs. It's like, nah, let's use our cow herd basically on Earth, or livestock that we made however long ago, and let's make some new life. Yeah, so the goal was never for us to even live
in the first place. We were being farmed like we were in the Matrix and like we were in Eternals and like we were in all the other movies we compared it to at the beginning. That kind of makes sense.
Dang it. Gosh diggity dang it. It's all, yeah. Well, that's okay. It's always, why can't there be like a good ending one where it's like, actually.
Yeah, those don't exist.
The coolest interpretation of creation, I think, that I would like to be true is that for a god to experience the universe, it would have to be like a human. It would have to be able to forget and to be able to make mistakes and to not know, to not be omniscient or anything. So it creates life to experience the universe for itself, sort of thing. So like in a way, we are gods, or we're all like kind of one in the same.
You're actually kind of speaking to something that happens in Damon Lindelof's Watchmen.
Yo, is that in the TV series?
Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, I don't know. It's like
he's obviously not the creator, but he could, there's a godliness to him, and for him to experience things organically again, he makes himself human.
You must forget. You must have the human traits to be no human is omnipotent or these things. So,
dude, and I like Prometheus. I love Prometheus. I think this is a great movie. I don't know that Covenant is a more you movie. Mm-hmm. I like Covenant more.
Covenant.
I prefer Covenant.
Sounds like which coven is Covenant a completely separate thing, or is that like the stem of
a covenant? I mean, coven is probably derived from the term covenant. Mm-hmm. By definition, a covenant is like an agreement. It's a contract drawn, like it's a commitment. Okay, here, how about this? I just looked up just in case I needed more. A definition: agreement which brings about a relationship of commitment between God and his people.
Okay, there you go. So
a covenant.
So yes. So not okay. I was like, is it going witchcraft? Like I was like, is that where
it's like it's like a brotherhood? A brotherhood, and that's why I think a coven. Mm-hmm. It could certainly be derived from covenant, but
that's what I at least kind of I thought that this story was going down, of that these engineers that were facilitating this specific creature was like a sect of engineers, and like bad, they wanted to make the worst of the worst sort of thing. So maybe like the story does seem really, really grim and everything now, but it's actually just because we only know of the worst of the engineers that are out there. But then we get to their like home world and it's like, oh no, we've actually created I don't know, a life form that is I don't know what the opposite of a xenomorph is. Maybe a human, but we do some pretty terrible things too, though. So it's like I don't know of a perfect.
Ewoks.
Yes, thank you. We get to the engineer's home world and it's just full of Ewoks, and it's just the most peaceful planet. Yeah, they're responsible.
Although they ate stormtroopers. Which,
Ewoks? Well,
yeah.
you get being resourceful. That's just
you gotta do what you gotta do. They're sure you're gonna roast Han Solo and Luke Skywalker over fire, sure, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
They worship the synthetics, the C-3PO.
They do. Holy
there's
shit!
Something here.
Wait a minute.
There's something here, man.
I love it. I love it. No, but I do think that. I do think for me, Covenant. I don't know that it's strictly a better movie. That's why I'm excited to revisit it. I remember it more fondly, though. A lot of the stuff that I remember from these two movies, upon rewatching this movie, I realized was from Covenant. Which is saying a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in Covenant.
This just feels like it opens the world up. It was already pretty damn cool. Just the simple fact that a facehugger and xenomorph and human or whatever creature that goes into, that was already cool enough and already enough for a universe. But then to be like, boom, fucking mythology or not mythology, fucking here is the story a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So
origins, creation, myth.
It's big, it's crazy that this. I don't know. Perfect universe to do it. It just is this perfect amalgamation and not a masterpiece of a movie. Alien, I think, is still, the set design, the atmosphere of everything of Alien still feels above this.
I'm with you, but I'm confident that of the 5 movies we've covered, this is 2.
Yes, that's 100%. Yeah, that is.
And so I'm even more sure than I've ever been that Aliens is actually my 4th favorite movie in the franchise, which is insane.
Wow. Number 4. So or Romulus and then Aliens. Is it Romulus or Covenant? Okay,
Covenant for sure.
Yeah.
I think I like Covenant more than this.
Oh yes, okay, that's
So that's why I'm like Romulus. I do not like more than Aliens because Romulus is a rip of Aliens. So it's hard for me to go with the copy.
It's crazy. But I've already forgotten so much of that movie in it. I remember it
Romulus has
looking
a lot
cool,
of
and
merits.
That was about
that's why I'm like technically very impressive movie, and I'm excited to revisit it. Because I'm sure that I would not be surprised if Romulus ends up being one of our longer episodes of this series, just because it's the newest and I think I have the most contradicting feelings about that one. There's really, really high highs and really, really low lows, which versus Resurrection, which is just a bunch of really low lows, but hey, it's fun. There's it's a little different in that regard.
That's true. Romulus.
So I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is we were talking about the titles of the movies a little bit ago. Covenant is the title of the ship, the way the Prometheus was here.
Yes.
The way the Romulus is in Romulus. It'd be like if Alien was called Alien Nostromo.
I feel like I'm
got
getting
a cool call back to that at the end here.
The Greek
last survivor of Prometheus.
I don't know. I was about to say some Greek story of Prometheus, but I feel like it's a different Greek god. The one that gave humans the ability, or gave fire.
Stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans.
So that is Prometheus.
That's Prometheus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking something else.
They actually show that quote at the beginning of Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Because the book is called American Prometheus, and
yes, our Prometheus, I guess, would be.
J. Robert Oppenheimer
would be that man. But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of a sick. It is everything about this movie. It could be I feel like it's pretty corny on paper. I guess just talking about engineers that made humans, and it's all about creating. I don't know, but it's
it's dense.
It's taken so seriously that I don't know. It feels so real, but obviously we're in a completely different universe.
There's not enough movie. You were right about how there's not enough movies that deal with questions like these. Now it's a very popular question in science fiction, but you see it a lot more in books. You see it a lot more in comics. You see it a lot more in other formats. But movies, man, the creation myth is as compelling a jumping off point as anything. So I think that dealing with how we were made and why we were made is incredibly fun.
So cool. And it could be the most disappointing news David got, well, we fucking wanted to, or we could, or it could be,
we could.
Actually, no, we we need humans to live so that we can farm your souls, and
for the next
blah,
for the
blah,
next
blah.
step. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, we're gonna be turned into xenomorphs eventually one day. So watch out for that. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't know, but it's like the weird thing is, it's like it feels like we have free will, but then like the more you learn, it feels like the more you don't. But then the more that you're okay with it's like, well, I'm not gonna know either way until the end, maybe, and then I probably still won't even figure it out.
The freedom is simultaneously like the idea that if I don't have free will. If I feel like I have free will, don't I might as well have free will?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I could walk into the nearest gas station, fully drenched in baby oil. I don't know, in baby oil and slip and slide around the hallways. That is not pre-planned by God, and if it is, holy shit, like that's insane.
That man's dope. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like
no, that's sick.
That's my
no.
My favorite thing to say is like when someone does something so human is like, that is such a great use of free will. Like I love to say that, or to see situations of just free will being used in the most just absurd ways. But that's
now it's the same question as is posed in the Matrix. Once I'm faced with the fact that I do not have free will, then it becomes
or not.
Yeah, then it becomes a different thing. As it stands, I'm pretty fucking sure I've got free will.
Yeah. Oh.
And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. I'll fight the robot revolution. I'll do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But like right now, I'm pretty happy with the way I conduct my goings on.
Yeah, I'm ciphering it up. I'm still gonna eat the steak every day. I still taste it the same, But I don't know. I don't have that key knowledge of knowing.
Yeah, once you know.
But yeah, if I knew.
I don't think I could conduct myself with a... No. That's why part of his agreement was to go and make sure I don't remember any of this shit, okay?
It's to be face to face with the creator, If there is, it's crazy to say, it feels, but there could not be one at the end of the day. I feel I'm leaning much, much more towards there is one now. At one point in my life, it would be no, but we could just be pure nature. But then you beg the question of, who created nature? And
exactly. That's where I'm like, I just gotta think there's some sort of, because science rules, dude. Science is dope. I think that it has carried a lot of the weight. You know what I'm saying? I think the natural state of things. I'm a big believer in the winded clock theory. Set something up and it's letting it run its course. I don't believe. I don't think that and everybody has their beliefs, and I'm never going to be one to go, well, you're actively wrong. I do not agree with what you believe when it comes to this thing, and I don't want you to feel that way about me. I don't believe personally that something's got a plan for us.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it's like
affecting every decision that's
it's all a part of it's it's everything has a reason. And I do believe that in a broad stroke sense. I don't believe that in a literal like you're a domino in a series of domino effect that is set up for the end. I don't believe that. But in the optimistic general sense, everything happens for a reason. It happened the way it's supposed to happen, etc. I do generally believe that. Until something awful happens and I'm like, there's no way that was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the sorts of things that make me go, hard for me to see the sense in that. That's why you folks with steadfast faith impress the hell out of me. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, I am 100% envious.
I feel like mine is, I am constantly challenging it. I'm constantly changing my perspective and views on what I believe, instead of just being like, oh no, this is the story. I love this. This is exactly what I believe in. It's like, no, I don't know actually. Like, and I'm only 25. It's like as human, so I have so much more life to live.
Hopefully I've got nearly 4 times that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, everything hasn't been revealed to me, but at least right now it does feel that there was some, maybe an original. Like I like the clockwork of like, here you guys go, and but see you later. Do with it what you will, and yeah, it seems like if I was, the clockmaker whipping us up, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna make humans. I'm gonna make them be able to do some crazy shit, but just make it cinematic, make it epic. Just make it as epic as possible somehow.
Make it epic.
It's like maybe that is like destiny. Is like it's pre-programmed into us just to be fucking epic and hopeful, and we always see the light in the grimmest of I don't know. Well, only certain of us do. So it's not like everyone.
No, that's like now you're getting to the whole like what's the purpose of life thing, and
what is the meaning of life, Colton? Can you please break it down to me?
I can tell you what I think, and we can let it go from there.
It's love, Tars.
It's love, Tars. That it. I do believe that. I do believe it's love, Tars. I think it is. Just and I'm not talking about I think life should be easy. I think it should be easier. I don't think it should be just we face challenges. I think challenges are a part of it. I think that's part of the point. I don't think it should just be sunshine and rainbows and nothing but but I also have a tough time believing that I wouldn't be able to appreciate a life that was nothing but sunshines and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that I think we would be pretty happy with that. So that's where I'm like what I've decided is what I know is that I don't know. Fundamentally, that's what I know. I don't know shit.
Yes.
And I roll with the punches, and I hope for the best, and I want the best for those around me and those who aren't around me. I want the best for everybody. That's what I want, and I don't know how it's gonna happen, but if we get there, I'm there for it.
We're here. I mean, we're all in the same world no matter what. So it's like, yes, there might be some things you can't control, and you would like to change the world, but you're going to live through it no matter what until you don't. We're all we got.
So we're all we got. So, that's that's how I see it. But this movie poses the question that we're probably not all we have. So that's the other part of it. That's like, like when you're not all you've got, how does that shift your belief system a little bit?
I mean, the fact that they use so many kind of real world examples of these tablets found across multiple places, and then the opening credits of like single cell life going to it's almost like Ridley Scott or whoever was like, I actually kind of believe in like some mega old aliens creating us, and it's like it sounds crackpot, or it does sound wild, but like that would be a god to us, and like we would,
it would
like it, and all of the stories or wouldn't be stories, it'd be. That's what I would love if like every religion that's out on the earth, all the different religions that we have, they're all actually true. Like, actually, they all have merit in these stories, but no one believes in them because they're so just crazy and not human-like. But it is these ancient beings that, I don't know, either helped us facilitate our way or straight up created us. It'd be, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool that it's just a kind of an earlier life form that we would just see as gods because,
right.
Like, what is a fly to us, a fly. What does a fly think we are? Do they even realize that we are a thing? Are we so big to them that we're like a moving like, are we even anything to them? It's like, and to think of what we are to whoever a fly is to us, is like
like what are we the fly to?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
I
mean,
I
hope, I think, I like the clockwork, but I think I would also like if they would keep an eye on, just be like, all right, well, now they got nukes. And let's make sure they don't ruin it all. Let's.
And I mean, like I would also like that, but I haven't seen a lot of evidence. And that's why the faith people impress me again. Maybe the evidence is that it was just that one time. Maybe that is the evidence, that it was just that one time and they haven't been touched since. Maybe that is the evidence and that's the way I need to look at it, but it's not how I look at it. But, it's all very complicated. It's all very hard that's why, like, whenever I don't think faith is obviously not easy. And I hate when people dismiss it as easy, like you don't have to, You don't have to think about anything. No, you do have to think about stuff. You just have to believe in something, which is harder than not believing in something. You know what I'm saying?
You're kind of discounting everything else too. You're saying, well, everything else is wrong and this is right. And, you know, if that is your belief, then I think that's why faith is so incredible, that it is very individual. You have to be the one to actually believe it yourself, but there are such large groups of the same faith, and it could be the church,
and that's why I think there are the human interference in faith does begin to cause problems. I think you know, it's kind of because like man wrote the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect everybody who chooses to believe every letter of it. I respect everybody who chooses to live their life by it. I think you made your choice, and I respect it. You lead your life the way you want to. That's fine by me. I view it, us having written it, a little bit as hubris.
Yeah.
Like,
a holy
who were
text.
we?
Yeah.
Who were we to assume we knew what the fuck any of it meant? You know, that's kind of how I look at it too. Is like, and a lot of them, and obviously the stories aren't all like, this happened, this is real, this occurred. No, a lot of them are, you know, moral stories that are basically just telling you to be a good person. Which is, you know, that's fundamental.
Are also stories that have been told for a lot longer than the Bible has been around.
Yes.
Which I did. The interesting drop that they made was that the alien head was dead for about 2,000 years. And
right.
I mean, what the fuck, you know, Jesus Christ turns out to be the first, you know, I don't know, like
engineer,
that, like, so like what else happens 2,000 years ago, you know, that would be anything of this. And maybe it's like, no, Jesus was just, and I don't want to downplay Jesus and Christianity on a whole, but it's like, just for the movie and this hypothetical, you know, it's Jesus was actually just the con man that played the alien story as his own. You know, it's like the aliens actually came in and were going to do stuff and actually had all these, I don't know, abilities, whatever, but he took him as his own, and religion or Christianity born somehow because aliens. But I don't, the 2,000 year was really interesting, I guess, because is that, I don't know, like, the alien's been dead for, that doesn't mean that humans were created. No, like, when did that engineer plop, or was that even Earth that he disintegrated on at the beginning of the movie? Was that even? That's
not clear, I don't think. I think it is.
So, so they are.
I think that's the implication.
Yeah,
is that it's showing us? They're showing us the birth of life on Earth.
Because the planet that they went to, they did say like, oh damn, that's like Everest, but double the size. Like, holy shit, or like makes Everest look like a fucking whatever. So it's like, it kind of is an Earth planet, but just mega Earth.
Fun fact. Sorry, you mentioned this part of things, and I can't. I can't not bring it up. The mountains and some of the structures and everything. Recycled material from a scrapped adaptation of Dune.
What? Like the circle, like what they went into, or just like the landscape shots, or like the
giant giant structure that they were like that they like entered.
I could see that being Dune for sure. Yeah, that's. Oh, dude, all of them are connected. Every fucking universe is actually connected, and it is. This is actually they just haven't gotten there yet. We'll see it in Messiah whenever we come in and visit. No, but that's. I totally see the Dune. I don't know, but wait, a scrapped in 2012. Like, there was gonna be a Dune, or like.
So this is kind of a legendary undertaking that never occurred. It's called Jodorowsky's Dune. It was going to be from the director Alejandro Jodorowsky, who was going to attempt to adapt Dune, of course, and it was going to be in the mid 70s. This is an old,
Okay. Wow. So it's recycled from then?
Yeah, well, the designs.
Oh, okay.
H.R. Geiger,
I thought they took
the same
film.
guy who designed Alien and designed, wrote the Necronomicon, designed all that stuff, designed a lot of the stuff for Jodorowsky's Dune. So it was going to be stuff for that never got made, never happened, and therein they were able to plug them into to Alien years later.
Wow, shit! I didn't really think of how Dune is kind of a creationist in a way of like the Bene Gesserit, like completely manipulating lives and I don't know, but not really creating them, but just manipulating them in ways to well, I don't know, they do kind of, they're like to create bloodlines and shit. It is kind of similar-esque, but just way down the line. It's like Dune is just after, I don't know, way few or before. I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know actually where it goes in the timeline. It's
Dune is like, if this is year 2000, I'm pretty sure Dune is like the year 12,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the concept art for the Harkonnen castle pretty much ends up being the engineer's pyramid in Prometheus.
That's pretty sick. That's all. Yeah, the inside of that was so cool. Like I loved how like the natural structure on the outside, or it looked natural. Like who knows? I guess I don't know if it is natural or not.
Well, and I love the way he's like, God doesn't paint in straight lines, baby. That's where we land.
That was sick. It's and that's a thing I love. Like archaeology or history is like, we might not know the exact answer, the exact story, but you don't have to like be an archaeologist most of the time to just look at something and kind of understand a story. Like you can look at some like archaeological or some site of, I don't even know. Like I'm trying to think of one. Like just Göbekli Tepe, just the oldest one that we've known, and just like looking at it, you can just, oh, well no, humans were chilling here. They had their own town. I don't know what the fuck these rooms were for, but it's like they were, I don't know, you could just tell that they were lit,
for something.
I don't know. And you don't have to, I love that just the human story, I don't know, of just figuring out what humans were doing. That's all that, like, history, it's so fascinating, no matter who it is.
Well, one of the most fascinating, and I mean, like, we're just digging into all sorts of shit now, but one of the most fascinating periods, and the idea that it occurred within known history, is the Dark Ages. Like,
and
that is after the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
We as a civilization backslid so fucking far.
Yeah.
That, like, hard for me to believe that we hadn't reached higher highs even prior to when we reached that high of a high, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, I don't know. We just don't, we think we have every bit of way of knowing, but I'm so of the mind that you need to humble yourself before the universe, and humble yourself before the idea that you do not know, that like it'll just, it makes every discovery all the more beautiful too. Just every time something happens, I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
It's crazy that a movie, this is a movie that we are like talking about, is dealing with all these things, and it isn't just straight up like dialogue, like you said. It isn't just exposition. It is actually, they're exploring these things for real, and also making a really entertaining and thrilling movie at the same, like it's insane.
Yeah, and also at the end, a xenomorph is born.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Or whatever the hell it is. Like
not quite a xenomorph. It's got like human teeth. Also, I don't know if you saw that. Like one of its teeth, like a row of its teeth looks like normal teeth.
Yeah, and it like jutted out at it didn't have like the jaw, and then it's like it's
like an early evolution of the little thing that crawls out of their throat. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Wow. I mean, just like, and a lot of it is vague or left up for you to still just think yourself. So it's not like, I think he could have given all the detail. He could have already gone to the home planet. Well, I guess that's where we're going for Covenant, but like he could have had a hologram show the engineers say something and David translates and it's like, oh, well, here's the exact, I don't know. So they could have given all the answers, but the fact to leave stuff up in the air, I think was...
Dude, it's the right choice. It is. It's the right choice. And, man, I love it. I love this movie. I love this franchise. And the first two movies, these two movies, and I really have high hopes for Alien Earth. I do think that it'll end up being a top 5 Alien thing for me. You know, like, right now in my head, my top 5 is Alien, Covenant, Prometheus, Aliens, and probably Alien 3. I think Romulus would be 6. I'll need to rewatch it, but I think Romulus would be 6. After my rewatch of Alien 3, I loved that movie more than I really thought I would. My hope for Alien Earth is that it slots in below Aliens, above Alien 3. Yeah, that's what I want for that show. Anything higher, fuck yeah. Anything lower, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'd say, and obviously I haven't seen Covenant yet, and I don't want to put the movie down automatically. It feels like this one I will end up liking more, at least the subject matter of it more.
It would not surprise me at all if Covenant is anywhere from either 3 or 4 for you.
Yeah, it feels like it goes Alien, Prometheus, probably Covenant, and then it would be Aliens. That top 4, I feel like is pretty solidified there. And then Alien just kind of being in a tier of its own, I think, though. I mean, it's just a little, it stands out.
It's just too classic. It's too timeless, man. That shit is so good. But yeah, regardless, I loved it. I love this movie. I love all the places it got us to go. But I do think we've we've probably done it justice. Yes. I think, and frankly, we did it justice. I think we barely talked about like the things that literally happen in the movie.
I mean, it's, and I mean, maybe that
gorgeous
is the
to look at. Like the atmosphere is electric. The aura is unbelievable. Immediately, like I was 10 minutes in, going, "Holy shit, dude!" Like. And we're in Scotland. It's not even like it's not even like space yet. And I'm like, this is sick, and that's why I love it. I love it dearly, and I think that we've only for me we go up, and I'm excited to see what you feel about Covenant. Yeah, definitely one of the more interesting roller coastery franchises, I think, as far as like, whoa, high, oh, a little low, oh, high again, oh, it's a little lower, and it's just. It's I love it. So I think with that, I'll do the plugs and then we can rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. Super eager to hear what you think about it, on that scale. Cause I doubt we have the exact same number here. I think this is going to be one where we have to do a little math. But, I'm excited to find out how much, but regardless, if you would leave a 5-star rate and review and subscribe wherever you might be listening, we would appreciate it greatly. That is going to help us with our SEO, our search matrices, and all of that good stuff. It's super helpful. Please leave a 5-star rate and review. Leave a review, period. I would like to hear what you think. If it's negative, keep that shit to yourself a little bit, but 5-star, I'd like to hear it. That'd be very, you negative, shut your fucking mouth, okay? If you're listening to this an hour and 37 minutes in and you have a negative review, go fuck yourself, okay? You're hate listening, dude, and I don't even know why you're doing it. You're torturing yourself over there. You know what? Fuck yourself. You deserved that. No,
we're gonna get that one review now. He's gonna be like, "Wow, dang! All right, guys, you called me out."
They told me to go fuck myself. No. Well, and like, frankly, seriously, dude, do something you enjoy. If you don't like our podcast and you're still here an hour and 38 minutes in, do something else. I want that for you. I want what's best for you. Yeah, I want what's best for you. And if you don't fuck with us, get the fuck out of here. So leave a 5-star review. I'd appreciate it greatly. We'll be back next week with Alien Covenant, like we have been saying over and over and over and over and over. We'll be back the week after that with Alien Romulus, and then in that episode, we'll announce what's next. We'll announce what's coming after Romulus. I'm very, very excited for this little stint. We have a little bit of a gap between Romulus and October, and everybody know, I mean, it's October and we're a movie podcast. What, are we not going to cover horror movies? Come on now.
Naturally.
So we'll Naturally. Yeah, that's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
What comes in between is a little more fun. It's a little bit more of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Let that linger. We're no, I'm very, very excited. So we got that to look forward to. We'll tell you what's coming here in a couple weeks, and we'll tell you what horror movies are coming in the weeks after that. So I'm very excited for that. Let's see. We're doing Fire Pod with Me, a Twin Peaks podcast. If you're a Twin Peaks fan, it's the podcast for you. If you've never watched Twin Peaks, it's the podcast for you. You should watch Twin Peaks. Regardless, you should watch Twin Peaks. The show is friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I am a rewatcher. Joe is the first-time viewer, and we're having a great time diving in week after week. I'm leading Joe astray. I'm telling him exactly what's going to happen. He never knows what's what. It's so much fun. I really, really enjoy it. I did it a couple times in our episode that came out, or that's coming out next Monday or this past Monday, either way. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great deal of fun. Fire Pod with Me, a Twin Peaks podcast. Check it out. Go ahead.
That was just a crazy coincidence that we line up Prometheus with the episode that is Slaves and Masters, with, I don't know, the creator, the engineers, kind of. If I wouldn't really call human slaves, but maybe that could have been their goal. I don't know.
That could have been the goal. That could have been the goal.
A weird line.
But is that next Monday? That is season 2, episode 15?
I guess that was this.
Or was it this past Monday?
Yes, previous Monday. But yes, next.
No,
Monday
I mean either way, it's the same week.
It is
the same week. So that is
next week will be.
Yeah. So this past Monday was season 2, episode 15. This next Monday will be season 2, episode 16. So we're pretty deep into the show as it is. But yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta catch up with us. It's so much fun. Let's see. We are doing all of this alien viewing in anticipation of Alien Earth, which we'll be covering on Geek With Me. And if you're confused, if you are a Geek With Me listener and you are going to that page and all of a sudden finding that we have over 600 episodes, yeah, there's a reason for that. We decided to merge the Penny Bloom podcast officially with Geek With Me. It was a tough decision. I didn't want to leave the Penny Bloom podcast behind, the nomiker, but we'd only put one episode out in 2025. We'd been focused on other things. Geek With Me wasn't performing particularly well. Why not combine it with the existing backlog and the existing listenership for Penny Bloom? Fuck it. So Penny Bloom is officially Geek With Me. There is everything you can possibly think of has been covered over there. So Geek With Me has all sorts of fun shit. All the Game of Thrones coverage, all the House of the Dragon coverage. The Penguin's going to be over there. Creature Commandos is going to be over there. Andor's going to be over there. Every Star Wars TV show, every MCU TV show. I mean, just a ridiculous... Every comic book movie up to Ant-Man is over there. And we plan on picking that back up eventually. So yeah, just a ton to look forward to. And I mean, this past week we covered Fantastic Four: The First Steps over there, so you should check that out as well. But yeah, let's see. I think that's it. Geek With Me, The Sentimentalists, which you're here, so that shouldn't be too difficult to find. And Fire Pod With Me. So yeah, let's leave a 5-star rating review if you're listening, and then we're gonna rate this movie so you can maybe you match the rating. Maybe you do that. You downscale it to 5, but yeah, same thing. How are you feeling?
More than a 5. At least on the 10 scale. That's but Letterboxd, I gave a 4, I guess is what.
That surprised the shit out of me, by the way.
I mean, it's at least this is a critic. I think that rating is more as a movie, and maybe even it almost like a 4.5 was the almost thing. I didn't want to give it a 5 because like Alien is a true 5. This and to put it on Alien as the same level would be that's where I had my hang up. But again, another 5 like Lilo and Stitch or whatever I have is like 5. So it's like I don't know how the fuck I rate movies on Letterboxd, but like this is
who's to say
undoubtedly a me movie, and I love everything about it. It's just that if this was made with the same atmosphere and look and set design and everything of Alien, I guess it's way more grand here, and there's a whole lot else going on. But like, if you could mash up the cinematic feel of Alien with Prometheus, then there's my perfect movie. That would be
right.
I mean, it would just be. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Different breed.
And again, I think the reason we could talk so much just about the creation and everything else is like there's not actually much to complain about the movie at all. Like it looks really good. The sets look great. The actors are doing what they're supposed to do. Nothing is too corny. It's all so real, and I don't know. It's like it's more of the situations that the movie finds itself in. I think that's what they were going for. It's like, well, we're gonna tackle this creation myth full on. Like we're going as deep as we can go, and that was
debunking the myth of a benevolent creator. I fuck with that. I do.
Yeah. So I'm like, it should. Yes, it's like it really. I should have given it 5 stars on Letterboxd. The more I think about it, but as far as a one number, to settle on here, I'm
the sentimental meter is different than the Letterboxd meter. We've discussed this. But. Yeah, where does it land there on the sentimental meter?
Aliens was a 9.
Because what are we? Aliens is a 9. If you hold it in higher regard,
I do. I do. And is it just right in the middle of Aliens and Aliens? That kind of sounds good to me. At least, it's like I don't know if I could maybe I'd like to put it more towards Alien, but I don't know. Aliens is still fucking awesome. So it's like
Aliens is a great movie. It's a 9 out of 10, baby. That's a good fucking film.
I think the number that makes sense for me, I think, is 9.5. But like it sounds so. It is very elevated, I guess. Like I don't think the movie is up to par with Alien, but just the fun I had, the juices that were flowing. I mean, I think that's what this one's going for, not to be the I don't know, just to scare you and have aliens chase you down a hallway.
Right,
which that's not what Alien is, I guess, if you really boil it down. Sure, but
yeah, I mean, the bear. Yeah. If you don't want to look any deeper than the absolute surface level, yes. Now, the advantage of having you go first is that I get to cook the books a little bit.
This is true.
I get to weigh my number a little bit based on where I want it to end up. And don't get me wrong, it's never going to end up too far. If I do that, it's by like 0.25. It's never like, oh, you gave that way higher, I'm gonna go way lower. No, I'm not that dishonest, So I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9. So this ends up at a 9.25. I do think it deserves that edge over Aliens. But for me, it's not super substantial over Aliens. I think that when it comes to the ranking, I have them 3-4, and the gap's not super wide. I just think this is a little bit more dense. Filmmaking wise, I prefer Ridley Scott to James Cameron. I think that there's at least most of the time, I should say. I generally prefer Ridley Scott to James Cameron. James Cameron, another one of those guys who's 75 plus, who's still making movies. So it's like, how the fuck am I going to pick?
But
how the fuck am I going to pick Jordan Peele? All due respect.
No offense, James Cameron. Ridley Scott's got the rewatchable movies. I'm either watching Aliens by itself, or I'm just going straight here, and just going to Prometheus. So, like, rewatchability, I think, is off the charts with Ridley Scott so far. So, I mean, I
agree with that. I agree with that.
But I
that's why I think that it deserves the edge to Aliens. And frankly, I when we're talking like a difference, I'm going since we do 2-5 intervals. Yeah. I'm going 9. If we were breaking it down, I'd go 9 versus 9-1 or 9, 9 or 9-1. Yeah, it's minimal. I barely like this more than I like Aliens. But I do like it more than Aliens. So I'm gonna give it a 9, and we'll make it that sexy 9.25. Give it an old 93% on the sentimental meter.
There we are. I mean, our ranking, I guess, at least our ranking tracks exactly with how I have them in my head, just without seeing Covenant, obviously. And Romulus to stack it in there right now, I mean, it's I don't know. It just looked cool. That's about all I can remember. And I liked, I even forgot the synthetic's name, but he was really cool. His storyline was
Andy.
cool. And that's about all I can remember. But this 9.25. It feels right. I'm finally glad I got here. I got another me movie. I don't know. There's still a lot more to add to that list that I've. That's all. I think I'm gonna go back into the list grind again. Or I've been off Letterboxd for too long.
Big lists guy. Yeah, I haven't. I've been the last couple days. June was July has been a generally rough month for me movie viewing wise. As far as sheer volume, I usually watch a lot more movies, but in the first 6 days of July, I'd only watched 2 movies, which is rare for me.
Wow.
So I had a lot of ground to make up. I'm back up to 20 in 21 days.
I don't know. Was yesterday 3 and just
yes, yesterday was 3. The 19th was 2, and today I've already watched one with another on the docket. So I watched one in our break between Twin Peaks and this.
Man, getting them in.
Yeah, so I've been back on the grind. Superman put me in a comics mode. So I've been reading a lot at night instead of watching movies. Yeah. I've been reading. So like, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a negative thing. I love reading comics. So it's just, but like, I've been missing it, and The Shrouds kind of broke me out of a rewatch funk as well. I've only watched 3 or 4 movies for the first time this month, and 3 of them are in the last 3 days. So,
there.
And one of them was Superman. So that's like, beyond that, they were all rewatches. So I've put a lot more focus on the rewatches this month than I typically do. So that's, that's just where I'm at. But, Letterboxd if you're interested. Colton Robertson. You can also find me on Substack. I'm trying to get into the Kansas City Film Critics Circle. I just wrote a review. I'm writing a lot of reviews. I will have written a review for Fantastic Four: The First Steps. I wrote something for The Shrouds. I wrote something for Desert Hearts. I will have just published my July film factorial, which is breaking things down by the numbers. What that was I actually have it here. I actually have that plan now, and I haven't wrote it yet because we're recording this ahead of time, but shut up. Let's see, where is it? Oh, July film factorial. Okay. It was 5 family movie nights, 4 Fantastic Four films, 3 pillars of action adventure, 2 nostalgic classics, and 1 movie I watched twice. And that's all in one article. It's 15 movies, 1 article. I'm going to look at about 2,000 words. It's a lot of fun to write, and I've heard it's a lot of fun to read. So check it out. But with that, I think we can end this episode of The Cinementalists. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, big things have small beginnings.